Is property crime the most worrisome type of crime in the U.S.? And if it is, how rational is that concern when compared to property crime statistics? To find out, we've talked to more than 15,000 Americans over the past 3 years about their perceptions and personal experiences with property crime. Approximately 7 in 10 Americans think crime of all types is on the rise, despite an overall downward trend over the past 2 decades. And yes, property crime is the crime folks feel is most likely to happen to them. Things like burglary and package theft are top of mind for Americans, and it's no wonder why. Property crime makes up 85% of all the crime reported in the U.S. And if you want to know how many Americans are worried about the other 15%, violent crimes like murder and assault, subscribe to this channel and check out our companion video that dives into America's perceptions and experiences with violent crime. When we talked to people about property crime, we included crimes like burglary, larceny theft, package theft, and motor vehicle theft. Across the country, your odds of falling victim to one of those property crimes is just over 21 in 1,000. But 42% of Americans think it's likely that one of those crimes could happen to them. The states that are the most concerned about property crime include New York, Texas, Kentucky, and Illinois and New Jersey tie for 4th. The states that worry the least about property crime are Wyoming, New Hampshire, Montana, and Alaska. It would be easy to assume that places with the highest rates of crime would also be the most worried, but that assumption isn't always correct. 4 of the 5 most worried states have property crime rates below the national average, and only half of the least concerned states exceed the national property crime rate. Among our top 4, Texas is the only highly concerned state with a higher than average property crime rate. New Jersey and New York, both highly worried states, are the 5th and 6th lowest states for actual property crime. And Alaska, one of the least concerned states, has the 4th highest property crime rate in the country. While New Hampshire's low concern matches its reality, the Granite State has the 2nd lowest property crime rate in the U.S. But not all property crimes get reported. Between 2006 and 2010, an estimated 10.5 million property crimes per year went unreported. In 2019, the FBI recorded a total of 6.9 million property crimes. If you added that to the nearly 11 million crimes that go unreported each year, the national property crime rate would jump from 21 incidents per 1,000 people to 53. Nearly 2 in 10 Americans told us they've had a personal experience with property crime in the past year. That's a whole lot more than the 21 property crimes per 1,000 that were reported to the FBI. When you look at the states that reported the most personal experience with property crime, there's no consistent link to how much people are worrying. Alaska, the 4th most worried state in the nation, reported the most experience with property crime at 28%. Next is Missouri, with the 2nd highest property crime experience, 26%. But the Show Me State is the 9th least worried. New York and Wyoming, the most and least concerned states, reported the exact same amount of personal experience with property crime, 19%, which is just 1 point above the national average. We've also seen some drastic changes in property crime in different states across the nation. Since 2019, the number of Americans reporting a personal experience with property crime has risen 16%, but some states have taken much bigger leaps. Pennsylvania jumped an astronomical 258%. Maryland went up 163%. Michigan jumped 94%. Same as New Jersey, also saw a rise of 94%. Arkansas reported the lowest experience with property crime, with just 8% of the people reporting that they'd experienced a property crime in the past year. That's a 77% decline in Arkansas year over year. Other states where property crime experience is dropping include California, down 58%, Tennessee, which dropped 55%, and Washington, which fell 50%. If the State of Safety Survey has taught us one thing, it's that our fears and perceptions don't always match reality. And how you perceive your own personal safety might depend on where you live. To find out what's keeping your neighbors up at night and to see all the stats for your state, check out the complete State of Safety report at Safewise.com. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel so you won't miss our companion report on America's concerns and experiences with violent crime.